Being a trainee solicitor is not what I expected. To be very honest with you, before I started my training contract, I always had this fear that I may not like being a lawyer. What if I spent all those years chasing a training contract or becoming a lawyer, but at the end I actually don't like what I thought I would like to do? That would be quite bad, isn't it? Like many of you guys, before I started working as a lawyer, I have a lot of assumptions. First of all, lawyers work for insane hours. There's no social life beside work. Lawyers are insanely competitive and people are not that approachable. And the kind of tasks trainee solicitors do might be boring sometimes. And I also thought that all those years of studying law, doing LPC, taking the bar exam will prepare me to become a good lawyer. And as soon as I have started working as a trainee solicitor, I realized that all those assumptions are not true. Or at least it depends. Let's first talk about the working hours of a trainee solicitor. Honestly, it really depends on the matters you're working on and also the department you're allocated in. Different departments have different culture. So currently, I am in the tax department of my law firm. For some days, it could be pretty chill, but for other days, suddenly some urgent matters come up and then the associate or the lawyers email me, ask me for help. Then in that case, I need to spend more time. So I would say for a non-busy day, I probably need to work for only 8 to 9 hours. But for a busy day, I probably need to work for 10 to 11 hours, but it's not very common at this stage because I'm still a first seat trainee and there aren't many urgent matters at the moment. And very often, your working hours could also depend on your time management skill or your ability to prioritize tasks. For example, if your supervisor and other associates ask you to do some tasks, you could ask for a specific deadline. If you only need to submit a task next week, there's no point for you to work for long hours because it's not urgent. So you don't need to do that right now so that you can have your own timetable. Time to get back to work. Another question I had before I started my training contract was that would I actually have time to do the things that I want to do after work? Working out, reading books, listening to music, hanging out with friends. I don't think there is a FaceTime culture. If you don't have any tasks to do, you don't need to stay up all night waiting for instruction. Because law firms also know that you're humans and mental health is such a big thing nowadays. Also, working during weekend is not common at all. And I think one good thing is also that law firms actually encourage us to take annual leave appropriately because they understand the fact that taking breaks is important. And all the equipment like the iPhone, the laptop, and the extra monitor are also delivered by my law firm. And yeah, I think it's really good that the firm has been trying to do their best in order to help you settle down and help you start as a trainee solicitor remotely. So right now, I probably can't really complain about the social life as a trainee solicitor. And another thing I was a bit worried before I started my training contract is that although I know that the firm is a really friendly firm, but until you actually work there, you are not sure whether all the people are approachable or will they be very competitive. So on the first day of my job, I was kind of worried. I'm not sure whether I could fit in as a foreigner in a team. Will the people trust me enough to give me work? Because I'm a first seat trainee. Especially right now we are working from home. It's very difficult for us to connect with each other. But I'm really happy to know that many people in my team are from a very diverse background as well. We have lawyers from Brazil, Russia, Belgium. I'm not the only one who is different and not from the UK, so I'm really happy about that. And also, I was surprised during the first 2 weeks that even when I Skype message a partner or a senior associate in my team, all of them were willing to have a coffee chat or virtual meetup with me and get to know me a bit or introduce the team's structure or the culture to me. Another thing I was worried about is that am I going to have some meaningful tasks to do as a trainee solicitors? because I always heard a lot of things about, okay, trainee solicitors do photocopying, proofreading all the times, etc. But to my surprise, in my first 4 weeks at my firm, I had the opportunity to get involved in a lot of different stuff. Because usually you do not only work for your supervisor, you have the opportunity to work for other associates or partners at the firm. So you got exposed to so many different kinds of matters. I even got to work with some economists as well in the tax team. For example, I was able to be the point of contact for a project involving the tax team in Switzerland. I was asked to research some cases to help one of our leading clients. I even got involved into a pro bono project about international environmental law. I could never imagine as a solicitor at a law firm I could get involved in interesting stuff like that, because I always have this interest in international matters, but I don't think I could do that even though I'm a corporate or commercial lawyer. So this is a bonus for me. Indeed, as a trainee, you may need to do some small tasks or tasks that are considered insignificant from your perspective. However, finding one mistake in a memo draft by a partner or a senior member actually gives me satisfaction, because I'm kind of helping them to achieve perfection, or at least I'm contributing in a way that I can. I spent a number of years in the past to finish my LLB, finish my LPC, pass the New York bar exam. I always have this goal of doing well in examinations so that I will become a successful lawyer one day. But it's only when you actually become a lawyer, you realize that all those knowledge, legal concepts you learn from book don't mean anything unless you actually apply them in practice. As a student, we always have this concept that we need to do well in examinations, get a first so that we'll guarantee a job at a global law firm. But right now, as I become a trainee solicitor, I realize that instead of focusing a lot on your academic performance, try to use your time at university to do some actual work. Intern at organizations, at law firms, no matter how big or small it is. Those experiences are what can really turn you into an amazing lawyer or legal professional in the future. So that's why I think for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you guys what I expected being a lawyer is like and what being a lawyer is actually like. And so far, I can confidently say that I enjoyed the experience I'm having. I remember there are people telling me that, why would you choose to be in the tax department? It's like the most boring thing in this world. But from my perspective, I start enjoying this subject area, to be very honest with you. I actually find it really intellectually challenging and really technical. And I like things that are technical, that I need to spend a lot of time to research about that topic. I just like that excitement and also that difficulty. And I know that many of you have followed my journey from start to the end. Like 2 years ago when I got my training contract, when I started posting on LinkedIn, you guys know about my story, know about my experience. And I think I have this obligation, or at least I want to tell you guys what I feel at this moment when I got to my goal and what's next for me. And I really hope that you guys can keep following me with my journey, and I hope to hear from you about your journey if you successfully get your training contract, get your opportunity after following me or after listening to my story. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you guys again next Sunday.